today about musical snobbery. Okay. Look, man, I know that everybody has preferred musical genres that they like or that they deem superior to everything out there. And, man, I get it. I get it. You know, there's some things that I like a lot more than others. And, we don't always get to choose what we want to do in life. Now, you just saw recently where Mastodon, metal band, they just lost their longtime guitar player. I think it is Brent Hinds. Let me know in the comments if I'm right. And the rumor is that Brent, he was sort of the other side of the band. He had other elements and other things that he wanted to do. And he had lamented the fact that he was in a heavy metal band. But his uniqueness, his stylistic uniqueness, brought a really unique flavor to the band. But I think maybe in the long run, he had just gotten tired of going out there and blasting every night. I mean, that's certainly a possibility. And I want to give a shout out to Ben Eller, Uncle Ben, great YouTuber, great YouTube guitar player. Love watching his channel, love watching his demos, all of his stuff, man. Very versatile player, can do a lot of different stuff. And shout out to him for getting that gig. I think, they've landed a really great player. And it just goes to show you that YouTube can lead to other things. A YouTuber getting a big name gig like that, all of a sudden there's clips of him playing in the Dominican Republic with Mastodon. I think that's an incredible thing. Ben Eller is a guy who gets it. He's versatile at a lot of different styles, not just rock. I mean, I've watched some of his clips of him playing yacht rock, and he knows how to play his different chord voicings, and stylistically he knows how to get different tones and stuff like this. And this is a guy who is a professional guitar player. He's not just stuck playing one thing. And recently on my channel, I had a guy who's been watching a long time, and I greatly respect what he does. He works in a certain genre of rock. But he was attacking the fact that I had done an interview with a guy from a glam, metal band that was out there doing it now. And he's attacking the style of music, and like what he's doing is superior and everything else is superior. And I can't believe you're interviewing this guy and all that. And look, man, I'm here to tell the tale. I'm here for people that want to tell the story about their journey in music. So I will interview people from all different genres. I just did an interview this past weekend with one of my buddies who plays smooth jazz. And that is a perfect transition into this. Hardcore jazz musicians, guys that play straight ahead. That's what I always used to always hear, straight ahead. And I'd see guys and they motion with their right hand, riding the cymbal, riding the ride cymbal, or whatever you want to call it. And that's ding, 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 ding. They want to hear straight ahead. But look, man, everybody's got to carve out a niche. Not everybody is going to be a straight ahead jazz player, and not everybody should aspire to only play that. Look, if you want to limit the amount of people who listen to you and appreciate you, go ahead. Play straight ahead jazz. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it. Make that your only goal in life. There are a few that rise to the top echelon, and the rest will serve in rather dire obscurity. How about that? Dire obscurity. If you want to exist in dire obscurity, then pledge yourself to only one musical style. Imagine if I'd have said, I'm only going to play my funky hard rock that I played on the Sunset Strip and never wavered from that. And it would have been over. I would have come to Nashville, and if I wasn't willing to turn off the overdrive or the distortion and play different sounds. But look, man, I grew up playing everything. I started off playing in folk group because that was the only place where I could play my guitar at school. And then they let me bring the electric one time and play a solo. And then when I went to public school and joining the jazz band, if I'd have been a pure rock and roller, I would have never wanted to join jazz band, but I was never dedicated to one style. I wanted to play as much music as possible, and I wanted to be able to bring my guitar to school and play music, and that was important to me. And I grew because of that. And look, I played in the pit, of the school plays and stuff like that. I played Godspell when I was at Catholic school. Maybe Jesus Christ Superstar. I can't remember if it was Godspell or Jesus Christ Superstar. One of those things. And then when I went to public school, I played in the pit in it was one of those 50s style Broadway shows. I played guitar in that, and it was all Chuck Berry stuff, and I got to sit there and read the book and play the parts and all that. And man, I was never aligned with one thing, because man, I just wanted to play. And if somebody called and wanted me on a gig, I considered it a compliment, man, because maybe I'm not the best at any single one genre, but man, I know how to get different tones. I'm a lot like Ben Eller in that, if you need me to play hard rock, I'm going to play authentic hard rock. If you need me to play, funk, I'm going to play authentic funk. If you need me to, make it smooth and play jazz rock or, yacht rock, I can do that. I know how to get different tones. I know how to be a chameleon. That is going to serve you well. If you're a snob, and you think things that are, musical styles are beneath you, then even if you take the gig, maybe you're going to play it with disdain. Maybe you're not going to show it proper reverence. I don't know. But look, man, people can say, oh, the image, and they'll tank on a style because of its image. If you speak poorly of glam rock, you could say, oh, Poison, it's about image. And look, I'm not a huge Poison fan, but I get their appeal. I get that people like it. It's a certain style. They did their thing. And man, the fact that they're still out there doing it, thumbs up, man. I'm not going to look down on them for doing that. Am I going to pay $600 to go see Poison? Absolutely not. But man, if you want to go see them and pay that kind of money, then feel free, man. Rock on, Poison. But look, man, the people will bag on them because of their image, right? But you can take any band. It doesn't matter what style it is. You have to dress appropriate for the gig. Every band has an image. If you're in one of these, Southern rock groups, that's a, retro Southern rock band, well, then they have a costume or a uniform just as much as the guys in Poison. You're going to have to wear, stuffed jeans and cowboy boots and maybe have a mustache and a cowboy hat and play a Les Paul or a Telecaster. And you're going to have certain tones, and one guy's going to have to be able to play slide, and you're going to jam and all that, man. That is just as much of putting on an act and putting on a costume and playing a role as any glam band out there. For me, the phone rings, or like I used, when I was out playing gigs, the phone would ring and I'd go, yeah, I'm available. Yeah, I can do it for that and all that. And then I start going through the guitar rack and going, okay, which guitar is right for the gig? I go, oh, this is a Les Paul gig. Okay, boom, take the Les Paul. And then I, put together my pedal board, and I put together pick out which amp I want to use on the gig. And then I start thinking about, what am I going to wear? And you go through the closet and you go, hey, and look, if it's a one-off gig, then you make do with what you have. And maybe, sometimes you have to compromise. Hey, I don't have the right shirt, but maybe if I wear this black shirt, it'll blend in with the group or whatever. But if you end up doing a gig for a long time, you become the gig. If you're a great player, you become the right player for the gig. The way you dress, the way you play, the way you carry yourself, all of these things. And look, if you get to have a long career doing one style like that, then you become that guy. You're not the chameleon anymore, because you're seen as the guy playing in that style of music. But that doesn't mean if in the past the phone had rang for something else and you'd put on a different outfit and played a different guitar and become the guy in that band. Maybe you were in a glam band, but that had Southern influences, like South Gang, Butch Walker's old band. Those guys had a little bit of Southern, soul in their music. And, look, man, it's all music. It's all chords. It all takes talent to be able to do. It all has melodies, and look, if I had been picky about who I played with and what genre of music I played, I wouldn't have these gold and platinum plaques on the wall. I obviously, when the phone rings and you look at your bank account and you go, do I need to do this right now? And you go, yeah, this would probably be a good thing to do at this moment in time. And the reality is, you take the gig, you do the best you can, and no matter what genre of music it is, you adapt and you work to get paid. That's all it really matters. And if some guys that back in the day when they were 19 years old and they were a glam band playing the Sunset Strip, and they decide 21 years after the band broke up to go back out there and do it just like they did when they were 19, well, then I absolutely applaud them for getting the stones and getting off the couch and doing something. Being a snob about music, being a snob about genres, and saying, I don't want to play this type of music and I don't want to do that. Well, I hope you're successful at playing one type of music, because most of the guys that I know that have long careers have had to do multiple different styles of music and change with the times. Most musicians aren't able to play one genre their entire career. I would say that is a very small and elite group. And if you're able to do that and play the one thing that you like and be a huge success, then more power to you. But the rest of us have to answer the phone and adjust and play different types of music to make ends meet.